Welcome to Recruited, the podcast that goes behind the scenes with some of the top high school athletes in the country. Join me as we dive into the untold stories, challenges, and triumphs of these exceptional athletes, exploring their journey on being recruited by the top programs. Hey man, we're gonna have some fun with this. So check it out, you've been recruited. Today, we're here with my guy, Chris Henry, 5-star, the #1 player in the 2026 class. Chris Henry, how you doing, my guy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Welcome, welcome.
Sir, I appreciate y'all for having me.
So, man, let's start out. Let's jump in, just take us down the road. When did you really start first playing the game of football?
I started playing football around like the age of like 4. Just always been around it. Just always seeing it. So, yeah, like 4 years old.
Were you good early on?
I was all right. I wasn't really, nothing too special at that age, but, I still was just learning the game, so.
Okay.
Did they automatically put you at receiver? Like, how'd that work? Did
Nah.
Were you still lineman? Like, ugly
nah.
number? Like, how'd that work?
I was a D lineman.
I started at D tackle, but I feel like that was good, though, because, it really built, like, that toughness in me,
Yeah.
so.
What
I
number
feel like
were
that
you
was
when you
good.
first started?
I was 15.
15? Okay.
Yeah,
I was
course.
like 38, and I played center.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was like a lineman with numbers like 67. So
You still alive.
Right.
So when did you come to the conclusion that, man, I really got some talent, man, I can really take this game to the next level?
Honestly, for me, it was like probably my 8th grade year when I moved out here to Cincinnati. I realized that like I really got it. Like, I could, make something shake with it. So.
That's what's up. So, having a father that played in the NFL, how has that kind of benefit you from a network standpoint, just from a motivational standpoint to help you get to where you are today?
Honestly, it helped me a lot, just getting to know like certain people, that, regular people just, like who doesn't have like a father like I did, that would know like certain people. It was just, it's just been helping me a lot just to know like having these different connections and, resources that I have, so.
And the
it's been a
knowledge too,
blessing.
right? So just being able to get like the detailed knowledge that a lot of
Right.
high school kids or middle school kids don't know, and schematics and skill sets that the little details, I think really helps you, get the edge, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Then on the flip side of that, Chris, like you're carrying your father's legacy, your father's name. How do you go about creating your own name, creating your own path with that pressure of being the son of an NFL star?
Honestly, for me, it's just, coming into it with like just a different perspective and like, just a different way, I feel like I have my own type of, just way I carry myself and just.
Because when I see you, I always see like, man, Chris don't look like he got no pressure on him. You know what I mean? Like you just go about your business and you do things the right way. It never feels like the legacy or the name is hovering over you and you got some kind of expectation to live up to. I really like that about you for sure. So I want to quiz you on something. So I want to know this date means something to you. July 28th, 2023. Does that date ring a bell for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the day I committed to Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah, fresh off a visit. I just felt like that was the right time for me.
Yeah.
I just loved it there. So.
Okay. Yeah. Take us through that moment because I was there that day and I kind of got the feeling something was happening because we was all leaving the Woody.
Right.
Outside, all the top athletes getting interviewed by different outlets, different reporters, and all I hear in the background is Pac-Man's yelling, "Tell him!
Yeah.
Tell him!" And I'm like, "What? Tell him what?" You know what I'm saying?
Tell him what?
And then walk us through that moment. Tell us what made you comfortable about committing to Ohio State so early before you even hit the high school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For me, it was just how comfortable I was with the coaches. I just came off a good visit with them. Good talk with Coach Day, Coach Hartline, and so I was just telling my uncle, I was like, I feel like I'm ready to commit, and he was like, okay. And then I was like, I wasn't really sure if I was gonna commit like right there. Like,
You kind of got put on the spot.
yeah, like, I was thinking like, all right, I'm gonna go home, get a little commitment edit, but he was like, tell him, right? Okay, and I just told him, right there and there. So yeah, that's how it happened.
Well, yeah, that's phenomenal, man. And like, again, before you even took your first snap of high school football, I was there when you went to the Ohio State camp.
Right.
I think you ran a 4.5,
Yeah,
40,
I remember.
and I remember Hartline looking at the clock, said, "What do you run? What do you run?" I'm like 4.5, and then he looked over to me and said, "Hey, what's his grades like?" I'm like, "He AB student." He said, "I'm offering." So, so like,
Yeah.
man, like this is Ohio State, and you getting the offer from Hartline before you even play one snap of high school football. Like, what did that mean to you?
It just meant a lot to me, you know. At the time, it was just like surreal. You know, I couldn't believe it, and it was just like just an unbelievable experience for me. I was just real happy in the moment, just blessed for real. So.
Because right now you're committed to Ohio State and you committed so early. Is your phone still ringing? Like, you know what I mean? Is coaches still calling?
Yeah,
Are they
most
chilling?
definitely.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, they still trying to get me, you know, because they say it's not official till I sign that paper. So, you know, I definitely still get a lot of phone calls.
So they act like it
don't even matter.
You just
they
just
like,
dating right now. You ain't
they like,
married.
Like, it's all good, you know. You're gonna be here. Like, that's what they say. At the end of the day, you gonna sign. I'm like, we'll see.
So thinking about that room and that wide receiver room at Ohio State, right? You know, you have Jeremiah Smith, you have Cornell Tate,
right.
Guys like that. Like, what do you feel like you bring, Imaka? What do you feel like you bring to that receiver room?
For me, I feel like, you know, I'm gonna bring a talent, you know, right when I step into the field, you know, right when I step into the room. I feel like I'm gonna bring a different type of, you know, perspective for like bigger receivers. You know, it's hard to guard. Just, you know, yeah, something like that.
So you probably run faster than the 4.5 right now, because that was like coming off 8th grade when you ran the 4.5. So how tall are you now?
I'm like 6'5".
6'5" to what?
Like 200.
6'5", 200.
Yeah.
You know, got a great range, prototype. You know, your catch radius is off the charts, long, lanky. You know, tell us, is there any top DBs in high school that you faced that, you know, that you felt like gave you some challenges or that you like to go up against?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I want to shout out my boys from Modern Day, Darius Dixon and Chuck McDonald, and just all the rest of the Modern Day DBs. You know, scoring against them every day was just like real work. Like when I first got there, it was a little like, you know, a little eye opening for me. You know, just going against them, and I was like, okay. And then yeah, so.
And to make you raise your game, huh?
Right. So it definitely elevated me for sure.
Because in out here in Ohio, right, you went to Withrow High School. You set school records. I think you had 10 touchdowns, 1,100 plus yards, 71 catches,
right.
And then you made that transition. Can you talk us through, like, you know, when you looked at that talent pool, like what went into that decision on, you know, kind of what made you say, okay, I need to go out and really challenge myself at another level, because I've kind of done what I need to do here in the city of Ohio.
Yeah, exactly like you said. Just felt like I'd done everything I could do. You know, I here just felt like I wanted to be like the best. You know, I wanted to go against the best every day. You know, I wanted to elevate my game as far as, you know, getting ready for the next level. So that was really a deciding factor with that. And so, yeah, I just wanted to go against the best and, you know, play against the best every day in practice. So, yeah, that was
What does that look like when people see Modern Day and John Bosco and schools like that? Like, they don't understand. People just think kids go there and play football. Like, you know, what does a day at Modern Day look like? What does the campus look like? Like, what's that culture like? And lastly, how did that relationship start for you to even get out there?
Honestly, every day we lift every morning. Our campus is not that big, so it's pretty small, and you know, our day is kind of like it's really like a college prep. So it's like we got 6 classes, but we only go to 3 classes every day. So it's just like college, like it's kind of like college life already. So, you know, I feel like that prepares us for that, and so just the relationship I had with them before was, you know, I just knew the players, you know, just through social media and stuff like that. And so, yeah.
So was they recruiting you on the phone? Like, you know, like, man, you should come out here.
So, yeah, I was already going to move out there. And so I was like, I just hit them up and I was like, just get me in contact with your coaches. You know, I'm feeling like I want to go there. And so
I know them coaches feel everything.
They're like, hey. You know who I got on the phone?
Yeah.
They probably went crazy when you got a phone call. Man, that's cool. So, like, just tell us about just, being out there, difference in, because there's a lot of rules in Ohio, right? Around NIL and things that we just able to play 7v7. Like, did
Yeah.
that play a part? Because I know you were big
Right.
in 7v7. You played with Cam Newton team.
Yeah.
Did that play a role in just kind of your decision, just being able to be free up and really maximize your potential, on the field and off the field as well,
Right.
from an NIL or perspective?
Yeah, for sure. Just seeing that is just like, why not? Just not really the 7-on-7, but as far as the NIL, that was definitely something that was pulling me towards that. And so I felt like, that would just give me an advantage, to start now instead of later. So just, having that is just a blessing. So. Yeah.
All right, so y'all hear, where my camera at? Y'all hear that, Ohio?
Yeah,
All right,
Ohio,
you need
to
to loosen up.
I've heard
We need to loosen up. All right, there's a talent, the best talent.
Do you feel like wide receivers are coming into college football more ready because of 7-on-7 now and the stage that it's taken? Because I'm seeing you guys, man, making such an impact so early. Is that due to all the reps you guys are getting in like that 7-on-7?
Yeah, probably. I don't really know if it's necessarily because of 7-on-7, but I feel like, that plays a part. As far as, during playing 7-on-7, you go against like some of the best guys around the country. So I feel like, yeah, it does prepare you for, the next level. So. Yeah.
And it give you the opportunity to keep your wheels turning throughout the year. So versus just, being in the training room, you get to go, like you said, go against the best talent year round.
Yeah, especially here in Ohio, because a lot of people in Ohio think 7-on-7 is pointless. You know what I'm saying? Because call it, shirts and, shorts football.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what I don't think coaches and parents understand is it's continuously working on your skill set, working on your player development. When you're out there catching, passes from quarterbacks and going against DBs all the time, you're constantly polishing up on your skills. You know what I mean? And I hope the 7-on-7 landscape opens up in Ohio so we get great teams like the ones you play on and stuff like that.
Right.
I love to see that.
Yeah, so it finally opened up, and to your point, like, for the offensive line, defensive line, it may not, be, it's not a big of an impact, but for the skill position, right? You can't beat having the opportunity to go against top talent
100%.
year round, because you're not gonna, like, to the point, right? You're at Mater Dei, you're going against top talent every day at practice.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that opportunity, to do that on most high school campuses, in Ohio. So being able to go across the country and compete against these top guys day in and day out, in the off season, I think that's a great benefit.
Quick question I had. Speaking about great talent, currently Ohio State has Jeremiah Smith there. So with your class that you're in 2026, and the eligibility rules, there's a possibility he'll still be at Ohio State when that's the school you commit to. Have you guys had those conversations? Like, have you thought about playing on the same field with Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about it. We haven't really talked about it, but I feel like we already know, like, if it was to happen, it would be something special for sure.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I feel like, that would be hard to stop. I don't even know if you can stop that. Yeah.
So you've had the luxury to be able to visit some of the most prestige colleges in the country.
Yeah.
Can you kind of tell us, like, when you're stepping on campus, like, what are you looking for to make that determination? Because again, you are committed to Ohio State, but like you say, your phone is still ringing. Like, what are you when you get ready to sign that paper to pen? Like, what are you really looking for, and to make that final decision? Like, after you visit and seen everything, what's the final decision that's gonna help you make that decision?
For me, it's just really like how the coaching staff is, how the players, react to their coaches, seeing like their schemes and stuff like that, and just, how I'm gonna develop as a player and a person, and just somebody that, I'll be able to fit in with. Like, that's big for me, just, that family vibe.
Yeah.
Just see how I like, how comfortable I am there. So, yeah.
So
really it.
let me get, because again, a lot of kids don't get the opportunity to see what you've seen.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you just tell us, like, what's the top 3 must-see facilities in the country?
Okay, facilities. Clemson facility is really nice.
Really?
Yeah. I'd say Clemson, Oregon Oregon, there's top one for sure.
Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta leave with Oregon. Everybody we ask this, y'all be like, man, Oregon is clearly the best facilities, uniforms, everything. You know what I mean?
Ohio State, Ohio State, gotta throw them up there. You know. So Ohio State. So.
What makes Oregon like the top? You know, I've experienced it. I've had the chance to see it. You know, you've had the chance to see it. But like, just for the people who haven't had an opportunity to step on campus, can you take us into like, what does it look like? Like, what's the like shocking things that you may have seen? I share one too.
Yeah. Honestly, like their whole facility is just crazy. Like it's nothing you ain't never seen before. But for me, it's just their coaching staff. Their coaching staff is something different for sure.
We went into had the opportunity to go to the facility on a visit, and they have a ring room. They have a room with all of their rings in it, right? And you literally go into the room, and as you do this,
the Mariota.
Yes, the crowd, you can hear the crowd noise go higher and higher. I'm like, who thinks of this type of stuff,
it's
man?
crazy.
That's
like,
crazy.
And like they're still building a new one. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, and like for the people out there listening, when you see Oregon with all the uniforms, like they literally have an entire wing of uniforms that they don't even use no more. You know what I mean? We walking through seeing that, it's just all retired, uniforms that they'll never wear again. One of ones. You know, I thought that was pretty really cool when I seen.
So so like facilities, uniforms, we know that catches a lot of attention, but obviously it's really about, development of the player,
Definitely.
The coaching staff, the relationship, and who can really, help you get to the next level. Can you talk about like maybe some great, receiver coaches that you've had the opportunity to talk to and start building a relationship with, and how important is that to you?
Yeah, my relationship with the receiver coach is real important to me because, that's what I'm gonna be with, 90% of my time while I'm there at college. So, some guys that I got to meet, Coach Hartline, great guy, great coach, phenomenal coach. Just love that guy. He's always calling me every day, checking up with me, just building our relationship. But, just seeing what he does with certain guys and, the eye he has for talent is just crazy. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so him, Coach Adams from Oregon, tight relationship. He's like a real family-oriented guy. But he develops receivers as well. Certain guys like Puka Nacua, Cooper Flag. Guys that are doing it in the NFL. So yeah, he's the one for sure. And so those two, they're just guys for sure.
Yeah. That's what's up. Because when you say coaches are still calling you, but then you got Brian Hartline, who's had a clear track record of putting receivers into the league and being productive on the field, and So what do coaches even say to try to sway you from leaving that?
I mean, it's like they want me to be there, and I'm like, for sure. It's hard to persuade me for sure.
So being at who you are, obviously a great talent, an elite talent. Really a one-on-one, I would say, in my opinion. Know that you have a lot of support, right? You have a great support system around you. Can you kind of share, some of those individuals who have kind of, been that cornerstone for you and helping you get where you are today?
Yeah. First of all, my mom, she's been there, since day one. She's always been supporting me, always been my number one supporter, and just been there every step of the way. I don't think she's ever missed one of my games.
Wow.
She's there at every one, just, the loudest person. I never hear anybody else but my mom. Like, it's just different. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but, when I'm out there, the only person I can really hear is my mom when I'm on that field. And just having her, just seeing how hard she worked for me and my siblings, it just motivates me to, just be better.
Wow. So let me ask you this. So like, I'm gonna take you through this experience. National Signing Day is gonna come up, right?
Yeah.
Which I know they're having some changes around that. What is that going to mean to you? This is a two-part question. What is that going to mean to you, like when you sign that dotted line?
Yeah.
Knowing that you've been working, for a very long time, since you've been 4 years old. What is that going to mean to you and your mother when you sign on that dotted line, knowing that your school is paid for,
Right.
and you've been able to achieve that first level of your goal.
It's gonna mean a lot to me, you know. Just gonna be like it's gonna be like a crazy accomplishment for me, just because that's what I've been working for, you know, my whole life, and so it's gonna be another step towards my bigger goal. And just gonna be taking it one day at a time for real. Just taking it in all slowly, you know what I'm saying? Just staying in the moment, just being appreciative of, the Lord's blessed me with like the talents I have to be able to do that. So, yeah.
All right, the second part of the question. Now I need you to even visualize a little bit more future forward.
Right.
All right, NFL draft day. God blessing you. You stay healthy. Your name's gonna get called up.
Right.
And you're gonna have an opportunity to look at your mother in your eyes. She's gonna run up on that stage, right?
Yeah.
And can you just take us through, like, have you thought about that? Have you thought about, like, what does that feel like? What does that look like? And what does that mean to you to be able to deliver that achievement to you and as well as to your mother, who's worked extremely hard to get you where you are?
It's gonna mean the world to me because, that's been my main goal since I was a kid. And, it's gonna mean a lot for my mom too, because just, how hard she has worked for, just me and my siblings every day, just seeing her, and how hard she goes for us, how hard she loves us, and just everything for us. It's gonna be an unreal moment for me. Just, to be that blessed, to be able to be in that position, it's gonna be crazy. So, I think about it every day. Every morning I wake up, I have like this paper of all my goals, and I just read it every day, and just seeing that, it says NFL first round draft pick. I picture it every day and just see it, and just I visualize it every day, and just so yeah.
Wow, boy, hey, don't get me emotional on this show right here, okay? All right, here we go. So you also have a star-studded brother and sisters. The sister is currently playing at Ohio State women's basketball, right? And she's a phenomenal athlete. And then you have a brother who's about 6'8", 6'8", also playing hoop and basketball. Can you tell us a little bit about them and what they mean to you? And just kind of brag on your brother and your sister a little bit, man, so I can clear up some of these emotions that I got.
Yeah, so my sister, she's a basketball player at Ohio State, freshman. She's one of, the very reasons I'm who I am, just growing up with her. Just being a blessing. Yeah, she's always been a little rough for a girl, but I love her to death, and I'm so blessed to have her as my sister, and I'm so grateful for her. It was her birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, Sandy.
Happy birthday, Sandy.
And then my little brother, Bubba. It's like my shadow, like it's my little twin for real. But he's coming up for sure. He's starting to get a lot of looks from certain colleges, and it's been getting better every day. So he still thinks he's better than me at basketball, but
Hey, he a 4-star, baby. Hey.
He a 4-star, but he still can't beat me. So.
Hey, Bub, you hear that, man? Come on now.
Yeah.
Can you beat your sister now?
I'm the best one in the Don't even get me started.
Hey,
like,
hey, Sandy tough though.
I know, man.
I'm the best at
Last time we was at Neville's, man, I bumped into your sister. I'm like, man, she's solid, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can handle that down low, man.
Yeah, but
that's what's up, man. And then wide receivers, man, come in many different body types, for their different type of skill sets. Can you talk about some receivers you kind of model your game after? Mm-hmm. And I got 2 questions about that. So talk about some receivers that you model your game after.
Right.
Who's your GOAT at receiver? And then most importantly, who's your GOAT in basketball? So we can, get to this topic that we got to get to.
Some receivers I model my game after, I would say I like to watch T. Higgins a lot, the bigger receivers, longer receivers. My dad, Mike Evans, certain guys like that, I like to, see their film because, we have really similar body type, so it's hard to, be the size. Well, it's not hard, honestly. It's really easy to be honest. But yeah, those guys I like to watch, just because of similar body type. But I like to watch like Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison, George Pickens, like yeah, just those guys for sure. I try to.
See you in all of them.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah, so you mentioned your dad, so you go back and watch some film on him,
Yeah.
like I know you see a lot of similarity. Like when you're watching that, like what take me through that feeling, like when you're watching him and some of the things that he's been able to do. I had the ability to play alongside of him, and I share. I remember we were playing. I forget who we were playing, but Chris told Coach Bird, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna catch this one hand." And Coach Bird's like, "What?" He's like, "Well, I'm gonna go catch this in one hand." Rasheed threw it to him, one hand snagged down. I'm like, "Who does that? Like, really just like call it and then go do it? Like, it's crazy."
That's when guys weren't doing it.
Like, yeah, that's when guys weren't doing it. Now everybody's doing it now, but he was doing it before, before everybody was doing it. So like, when you're watching that film, like, what goes through your mind, and like, what similarities do you see?
Yeah.
In yourself?
Honestly, I see. It's crazy, like to say it, but like it's like really similar. Like it's like no difference at all. My game to his, and it's crazy because like just seeing that, just like it builds a fire in my heart. So just motivates me to keep going harder. It just makes me want it more. Like just seeing that and certain stuff like that, it's just motivation. Like it's crazy, but yeah.
And what the audience doesn't know is D always tries to skip past this question. So my second question that I wanted to ask Chris was, who's your basketball goat, man?
This
My
is
basketball.
We talking football.
No, but let the man talk, man.
Yeah, the basketball GOAT, without a doubt, LeBron James.
Man, come on, D, man. You
Come on.
what you 0 for 5 now?
But I want to what I don't understand is like, okay, why?
Why not?
Wait, what are you talking about?
No, hold on, no, let's get why.
Why not?
Why?
What hasn't LeBron done?
Why is he your GOAT? Why do you think that he's the GOAT? Just give me one thing.
Why is he not?
Why?
Right, why
see,
is
that,
he
see,
not?
this is what LeBron fans do. They don't like no facts. Like what makes him the GOAT over Michael Jordan? The
He
points?
just is-
How many points he's had?
He's just the
He's
GOAT.
played for like 60
He's
years.
just the GOAT. Okay, and Michael Jordan couldn't do that. Michael
But-
Jordan fell off when he got old.
No.
LeBron still.
Y'all act like he only played
LeBron
6
just
years,
had
man.
like 10
Y'all
points.
realize he lost the
LeBron
other
just
years
had like
too,
10
right?
points the other day, for real. And so all I'm saying is, if you play for 40 years, bro, of course you're gonna have more points than anybody else. Like you.
That what makes him the GOAT. Like
But they're not
nobody else
playing
doing that.
for that long
Nobody else
at
doing
that
that.
level.
He's
Right.
not really doing that this year.
What?
He's not really doing it.
38 last month.
No, he
What
did.
is
He had
this
like
guy
2.
talking about?
Yeah. Next question, man. Next question.
So
Because they haven't. It's not a fair question. For one, it's not a fair question because they haven't seen Michael Jordan in action. If you would experience Michael Jordan, if you
YouTube,
experience,
yeah, you can look
have
his highlights.
you watched Jordan?
Yeah,
on YouTube?
I have. And he's not like LeBron. He's not LeBron.
Jordan, I apologize, man.
LeBron is the GOAT.
I apologize, MJ.
LeBron is the best player to ever
They
play
know
the
not
game.
what they do and what they say. All right, next question.
So you, like I said, you started in West Claremont, went to Withrow, Mater Dei. But when I seen you out at Oregon, I was like, man, Chris been in his bag. Like your routes, one of the elite camps that they brought all the top 26s out across the country. So all the 26s that you could think of that got a name was at Oregon that day. And I mean, Chris was cooking every last DB you could think of. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, he ain't lose a rep. He ain't lose a rep. I'm like, man, he been cooking because I always seen you as like a raw talent. But I'm like, man, when you got out to Cali, you must have been working with some people. So talk about some people you've been training with, quarterbacks, receivers, DBs. Like, who's helped you polish that? Because when I see you, like I said, man, you was cooking.
Yeah, when I got out there, Cali, it was just random day. It was like random number texting me. He was like, TJ Hushmanzada. I was like, who is this? But I didn't really know because I had to ask my mom. She was like, oh, TJ, he used to play with your dad. And I was like, oh, dang. So, he just texted me his name. It's random day. I was like, okay. And then I called him and he's like, come train with me. And I was like, okay, for sure. And so, yeah, just been training with him and just been, it's been a blessing, just meeting the people like that he trains, I got to meet a couple of NFL players, college guys,
You working with CJ Stroud a little bit too,
Yeah,
right?
CJ Stroud.
Because TJ was a beast.
Yeah.
His skill set was like an impeccable skill set, like
Right.
for real.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's a great person to be working with.
for sure.
So, all right. So Mater Dei, this season, unfortunately, you experienced, an injury.
Right.
Can you take us through like what happened?
Okay. So it's like it was third quarter. Uh, it was I don't even know. I don't even know what play it was, but it's third quarter. It was a run play, and I was blocking. Like I do. I just always block, and so I was blocking the corner, and so the play had been over. So the ref had blew the whistle, and I was like, okay, and I stopped blocking. But the DB was still, I guess he was still a little salty from after I scored on him. I like blocked him to the bleachers. I mean, he was kind of. I think he was kind of a little mad, but yeah, the whistle blew, and I would let go of him, everything. But at the end of the play, he kind of grabbed me and like kind of swung my body, and my leg hyperextended, and yeah, while he was swinging my body, he kind of fell into my leg, and my leg was hyperextended, and it kind of popped outwards.
Okay.
And so I tore my hamstring and my LCL, and so.
But
Yeah.
you're rehabbing extremely well.
Yeah,
And
had a good surgeon, a good surgery, went really well. Just been rehabbing, so healing up good.
so mentally, like, kind of that facing a little adversity, like, kind of tell us a little bit about like how does that, building that strong mentality, knowing that hey, this is a little quick little bump in the road,
Right.
but I'm coming back stronger than ever. Like how does that help from your mental standpoint?
Yeah, mentally, I feel like it was just God trying to teach me that like a different perspective that I've never been through before, and I feel like just having this perspective of just not being able to play, it's just make me want it more.
Yeah.
I feel like just having this certain perspective like that, some people don't have, just make me want to just work harder than everybody and just just do certain things with like a certain purpose. Like it just makes me just want to appreciate the game more.
Yeah,
It definitely made me appreciate the game more for sure. Just not being able to play and just watching my brothers just go out there and ball and just not being able to be out there.
So shout out to your brothers because they
Yeah,
balling,
yeah,
right?
they still dominating as always. So yeah, shout out to them. And so
Yeah, share something about that. What are those emotions like? When you go through those kind of injuries, and because I think sometimes when you're so blessed with the way you are athletically and gifted, I don't think you understand how how easily it could be taken away. Right. You know what I mean? So so now when you back on your recovery and you get back on that field, like what's your mentality going to be now? Knowing that you're back, but this can end at any moment. You know what I mean?
For me, I just feel like when I get back out there, it's like take every play like it's my last. I feel like because I've experienced it now, just with this injury, I feel like I just need to. When I come back, I'm gonna give my 100%, like the whole time. Just appreciate it.
Yeah, the refs gonna have to pull you off on next time.
Yeah,
you on the bleachers.
I ain't gonna have to. Yeah, I ain't listening to the ref. I'm going 100% till I'm done. Every time.
Finish
Every
everything.
time.
You feel me?
Yeah,
nah, that's good. That's good. Perfect. So yeah. So again, let's talk a little bit about resources. Obviously through your injury, you had to figure out who's the best person to touch your body. Can you talk through like who was that and the surgeon that you utilized for your procedure?
Yeah. So at first I went to a doctor from Orange County. He told me like it was just a sprain and I'll be able to play in like a few weeks.
Wow.
And then talked to my agent about it, David Mugaleta with Athletes First, and he said I should get a second opinion. And so he got me in contact with Dr. Elatrosh. He did surgeries on guys like Kobe, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, just to name a few. So he was definitely legit. So I went up there, had an appointment with him, did like these x-rays and showed the MRI, and he showed me, it's like, nah, like this is a tear, like your hamstring is tore. He showed us, and so yeah, it was just Dr. Elatrosh and David, got me in contact with them.
So, wow, that's a blessing, man, because you could have been in a situation where you've been out there, making this thing a little bit worse than what it is, but thank God that you have the right resources to point you in the right direction.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
definitely.
they touch Kobe Bryant's body, and you're in good hands.
Nah, for sure. Like, it's a blessing.
Let's talk a little bit about Athletes First, man. You brought up David, man. Man, he's making a wave, right? He's like one of the top, agents in the country. I did over $1 billion in contracts. Like,
Right.
what is that relationship like, and what it means to you to be able to be represented by such a pristine agency?
Yeah, honestly, it's like when you first meet David, he's like you wouldn't even realize that he's worth $1 billion. Like for real, like he's a real humble guy. He's real energetic. Like he's just a fun guy to hang around. He's a great agent. He always makes sure the money right. And so yeah,
That's important.
David is just a goat. Shout out to David, man.
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
my last question is Adidas, right? So you're Adidas athlete.
Right.
They choose like what 7 athletes out of each class that they represent. So
Yeah.
you're one of 7. Can you talk a little bit about what that looks like, and how did you come up on being one of those chosen athletes?
Yeah, honestly, it's just it's crazy to think about. I'm just one of 7 out of all high school players. I just with Adidas, it's like it's a blessing. Like it's something that you always look up to as a kid, just dreaming about stuff like that, being sponsored by certain brands. And so how I got the Adidas deal was I was at a 7-on-7 tournament in Orlando. It was an OT7 tournament. The one of the guys from Adidas was there, and he came up to me. He was like, they wanted to sign me with Adidas. They heard about me and they know about me, and so I got in contact with them. And so yeah, then it was just green from there. So
That's what's up. That's what's
yeah.
up. That's what's up.
How does that relationship work as a sponsored athlete and still in high school? Like,
Yeah.
how does that work? Do you guys conversate a lot?
As far as like the athletes, like
Yeah,
all 7 of us. Yeah, I knew all 7 of them before I signed with Adidas. I was already pretty close with some of the guys. One of the guys on my team, Kaden Dixon Wyatt, he also is an Adidas athlete. So just having a teammate that's also one, it's crazy for sure. So yeah.
And then, so when I was in college and when D was in college, man, everybody I know was broke. So
I think I was starting with like $600 a month.
right. So talk about, man, for real. Knowing I'm gonna be in college, damn near rich. You know what I mean? And I say that because I say rich because you're gonna have NIL coming in. You're already a Adidas athlete, and you ain't got no expenses. You know what I mean? So the money you getting. You're gonna be able to do a lot with. So have you talked to like financial advisors and stuff like that about this money you about to start getting into?
I haven't really talked to any financial advisors, but I feel like I'm pretty smart with money. I don't really, I'm not really a big spender. I just like to, just save up. I see it as like, NIL, just that money is just the ability to, take care of the family for real. That's all I really see it as. Yeah, nothing more than that. Just to be able to help my family.
Absolutely. So I got one last question. If you had to give some advice to some of the youth athletes out there, because they see the Chris Henry, they see the Dame, they see the #1 receiver in the country,
Right.
they see the big plays that you're making. Like, what advice would you give them? Like, it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes to get you to this point. Like, what
Right.
advice would you give them?
Honestly, it's a saying that everybody says for real, is just to work hard, because the proof is there. If you work hard, it's bound to pay off. I feel like for younger athletes, just stay the course, stay consistent, just keep your faith in God. So it'll all work out at the end of the day. Just keep those 3 things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I lied. I got one more question. All right. So they turn the tape on. All right. Colleges across the country. What are they like? What are you wanting them to say? We know what they think. We know how they rank you and how they rate you. But when you're putting that film together, what do you want those colleges to think about who you are as a player?
Honestly, they just want to see, as far as me, I put like a lot of explosive plays. They want to see if you're able to, make certain plays, block. Colleges love to see that. Just explosive and just the little things for real. They want to see you do the little things. How smooth your route is, how efficient you are. Certain
So
things
who
like
do you
that.
want them to think? Who are you when they turn that tape off and they
for
get
me?
like who?
Yeah.
What are you saying to them on that tape? Who
Yeah,
are you?
For me, I'm a 80-20 guy. I'll be able to win any jump ball you need me to do. You know, I'm explosive players. I make explosive plays. You know, I block. You feel me? You see it, certain videos. You know, I'm just a game changer. That's what I want them to see. I'm a game changer. I can affect the game at any time. If I get the ball, you never know what can happen. You know, like, for real.
I like that game changer.
And what I want to end on it with is I'm gonna give you 3 names, man. And I want you to tell me one word that comes to mind when you hear these 3 people. So Ryan Day,
Okay.
Dan Lanning, Chris Henry.
Let's start with the first one.
Come on.
Ryan Day.
Ryan Day.
Coach Ryan Day. Coach Ryan Day. I say, it's hard. It's hard.
It's all good. Think about it. We want it. Think about it. We got time. We got time.
Hold on, we need to spin back to this.
You want me to ask it again?
No, yeah, we got.
Yeah, ask again.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna ask it again. This is good.
Yeah. So the last question I want to end off with you, Chris, is I want to give you 3 names, and I want you to give me a word, a phrase, anything that you think describes these people. Okay.
So,
Ryan Day,
Okay.
Dan Lanning, Chris Henry. Woo. So let's start with Ryan Day.
Ryan Day. I want to say Buckeyes. Buckeyes. Yeah.
Dan Lanning,
Dan Lanning. Electric.
All right.
Chris Henry.
Chris Henry. Generational.
My guy.
Yeah, I like that. You did. Let's go, baby. And that's a wrap. You've been recruited.
What up, boy? How you? Good to see you. Yeah, you already know.
Really? Okay.
What's up, bro?
Appreciate you, baby.
All right, come on, man. You already know.
My
Easy.
guy.
Easy. Yeah, for sure. Indeed.
All right, so again, we're here at Love on 4th. We got the owner here, Rico Grant. Really appreciate you, man, for allowing us to utilize your facility. Can you kind of take us through, like, what do you guys offer here? What do you do at this beautiful facility?
Yeah, well, I appreciate y'all being here. I think this is why we created this institution. You know, most people view us as an entertainment complex, but you know, we hosted Wallow's book signing, we hosted Deborah Cox's wine tasting, and to be able to do things like this is why we created it. Essentially, we're a high-performing entertainment space. And you know my work. You know, we own a few spots between Columbus, Ohio, and Cincinnati, and the goal is just to fill the gap. You know what I mean? That's probably translates really well with what y'all talking about. But you know, I lived elsewhere, LA, DC, and spent a little short time in Atlanta for an extended period of time, and came home to Cincinnati because my grandmother was in her 90s and felt like we was missing some things. So here it is, Love on 4th, 138 West 4th Street. You can catch us Friday through Sunday. It's a really good time. Every celebrity is here, every athlete is here, and it's a good, safe, high quality place with good customer service. So I'm happy y'all being here doing it with us.
Man, thank you, man. This is a beautiful facility. I mean, I'm telling you, this is probably this is the best facility I've been in Cincinnati area. Man, my last question, if I come here tonight, man, you gonna take care of me?
Yeah.
Can we get a spot tonight,
Yeah. Bottle service is quite expensive, but we'll make sure you know. I saw your Rolex though. You all right? It's all good. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being here, man. To the young athletes that's doing their thing. You know, I've been watching your son specifically for a while. Obviously, what Chris is doing, being from the city, it's a great sense of pride. So game changing. It's nice to see the young bloods come up.
You know, just spend a little on Rico, man. I've known him for a long time. We went to college together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
too long.
Right,
I got the braids. You straight.
You know what I mean? And this brother, man, he does a lot for the city, puts on for the city. He, you know, loves his black culture, man. And I've always thought Rico was a special dude, and I love everything that you're doing,
Appreciate
man.
it. That means
For
a
sure,
lot, bro.
For sure.
Yes, man. Appreciate you, my guy.
No doubt. Appreciate it.
Love.
Yeah, keep doing great things.